All right, guys, so I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I'm gonna review this mower that I've had now this is my second summer having it, and it's dirty. It's been used. I just used it yesterday on the backyard. I'm gonna mow the front yard today, but this is the Craftsman, says on it, I should know this probably before saying it, but it's the M230 Craftsman mower, 21-inch cut diameter, has the forward assist, and it's Briggs & Stratton 163cc. So really, it's a pretty good mower for the cost. I'm totally ballparking this, but I think when I bought it, it was around the $500 mark, around there. So I would definitely advise, if you're gonna consider getting this one, it is worth it for the amount that you spend, because it does have the forward assist. There are a few things that kind of bother me about it. Generally speaking, if your grass is long, very long, I'm talking, this thing's gonna bog down and you're gonna have a hard time. But if your yard is somewhat maintained, as it should be, I mean, I guess, but sometimes that happens where grass gets long, it's gonna bog down, even on the highest setting. My grass, I mow frequently, so this thing glides right over it with the forward assist. Takes a little bit of work, but I would definitely recommend that you get the forward assist because that makes it a lot easier. It's not the best, doesn't give you the best traction, but it is something to make the job a lot easier as opposed to just pushing it the whole time. So I'll show you around the mower a little bit and show you what kind of features come with it. I never use my catch basket, so I'm not gonna review that. I just use a blower and blow it back into the yard and let my trimmings fall into my yard. But I'll show you some of the things about this mower. So here is your oil dipstick. What was interesting to me about this is apparently this doesn't need to be changed, but topped off. And I've checked mine recently, and to my surprise, after one summer and letting this sit in the garage over the winter and everything, first of all, it fired up, no issues at all. This thing is very easy to start up, which I'm very impressed by, but the oil burn off isn't very much at all. Here's your levers. I have mine already set, but you can pull this. I'll do it a little bit here, try to remember where I'm at. Pull this, and then you can adjust. Yeah, it's kind of stuck. I could move it, but I only have one hand because I'm recording. That's how you would drop the back end of your mower. And then right here is where you would adjust your front. So, and then we'll move around. Here's the specifications I was talking about. Craftsman M230 163cc. 7.25 foot-pounds of torque. No prime, no choke. I can agree with that. All you got to do, squeeze the lever on the handlebar and give the cord probably like 2 yanks, and this thing starts up every time. It hasn't given me any issues. So moving around, this is where you put your oil, or I'm sorry, your gas, which is, I need to check, which that will not be able to mow my front yard, so I'm gonna need to top that off with gas before I get started. And then I'll show you the handle and getting it started. So here's kind of the mower's perspective. This is where you would engage it. This is your forward assist. So all that you gotta do to start it is pull this and then pull the lever while you have this down and we'll fire it up. I'm not gonna fire it up in the garage. I'm gonna get the tripod handy so I can get it out in the yard and get it started for you. This mower is cold. I haven't mowed it anything since yesterday or the day before. So I'm gonna show you in real time the startup. And again, this is now a year mower, and after a season in the summer of mowing, a winter sitting around. I still started it like once a month in the winter, but other than that, it really hasn't done much except for now the summer season starting up with mowing again. So I'll show you how this thing gets started. So as you can see, my yard is somewhat maintained. It needs some love, and I haven't lived here incredibly long, but I'm working towards getting it where I want. But this is a little long. It's certainly time to mow, so I'll show you how this mower does. I also forgot to mention, it has this garden hose hookup, and what you do to clean your mower, I gotta be honest with you, I don't use it too often. I think it works okay. That's my honest opinion of it. Hook your garden hose up, turn the hose on, then you run the mower just sitting there holding it for a couple minutes, and it cleans the underneath. So I'll actually do a short video of that, and we'll do a time lapse and we'll see how it does after we're done mowing and how dirty it is and how it looks after. All right, so I kind of got a good angle here. See if I can do this without knocking the camera over. We'll see how many pulls it takes to get this thing started. Then I'll readjust the camera to get it in position. So I lift it up a little bit. So I want you guys to completely take note, and this is complete honesty. I haven't started this thing in over, I'd say probably 24 hours, and that's one pull and it instantly started. So now let's see how it does. All right, guys, and we're off. I muted the sound just so you don't have to listen to it, and I didn't really record like an in-person view, but I do want to emphasize a couple things about it. And the first thing is, it is a good mower. It is dependable. It is reliable. It fires up for me. It starts no problem. There are little things that I don't like, which you're gonna see at the end. But some of it is the water cleaning feature. I am not a fan of that. And then, like I said, when the grass is tall and you set it to the high setting, it will do it. You'll struggle. But what this thing does is when you get over a really tall piece of grass, is it'll shut off. That's its way of bogging down. But if you're looking at my yard right now and you think you're similar to this, you won't have any issues. This mower didn't turn off once, and it mowed with complete ease. Good forward assist, reliability, cuts it great, fires up, but something to consider if you have a bigger yard, this will be a job. I have a very big backyard and a decent sized front yard. So it's okay for my job. Is there nicer? There is. But for around the $500 mark, I really can't complain too much. I think I got what I paid for. So something for you to consider before making this purchase, all these things. All right, so I told you I'd do a review of this little part where you can clean the bottom. I'm gonna flip it over and I'll show you guys, but I'm not too much of a fan of it. We'll see how it does though and how much it actually cleans. So after mowing, this is what we're looking at. This is how dirty. Again, I don't use it very often, so it's pretty dang dirty under here. Let's see how good it does for about a minute or two. Okay, my one piece of advice before you hook this thing up, because I didn't catch it on camera, but if you try and screw it on while it's on there like this, you're not gonna get it on, it's gonna spray everywhere and make a mess. So I made a mess. But if you just, this is like spring activated and it clips on here, then if you just pull it off, then you could screw it on your garden hose easily. So just push that back on. Now let's see how it did. Ran it for about a couple minutes just to see, because I don't usually do it because it's kind of a hassle in my opinion. Let's get the camera going. As you can see, it's wet under there now and it didn't make a big enough difference in my opinion. Let me know if it's worked for you. I'm curious. It's hot. That's why I had that hat on. I'm still roasting and I still got a weed eat. But here you go, guys. Here's the M230 Craftsman mower, 163cc Briggs & Stratton motor. I would say it's a okay mower. It does a good job. The ease of mowing is pretty easy. Again, when I had this property, I had a little bit longer grass and this struggled. So if you have a maintained yard, this will be okay. It's not luxury, it is a good mower. I'm not taking anything away from it. As you can see, that cleaning feature doesn't really do a good job. I don't use it. I don't use the catcher. It's dirty, I'm gonna get it cleaned the only other way I can, by hand. So I'm gonna get this cleaned, but it does a good job. So hope you guys liked this honest review after a whole year of using it. If you guys enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. I'm gonna be doing a review on the Craftsman 4-stroke weed eater that I have. So I'll be doing that in the future. So again, please subscribe if you enjoyed this content and I'll see you guys in the next video.